This is a fan production, done for entertainment purposes only. No attempt has been made to infringe or supersede any existing copyright in relation to Doctor Who, which remains the property of the British Broadcasting Corporation. This feature is made on a strict, non-profit making basis. Please support the official release.
Can we just break the web? Hit it with a chair or something. I'm getting quite good at that.
No. When I say fragile, I mean fragile for something of its material composition. Besides, we need something larger and heavier than a chair to get past the energy it carries. It must be controlled from somewhere, and therefore there must be a way to switch it off.
So get looking for anything that
doesn't belong or is out of place. Absolutely right.
Oh, Doctor, that reminds me.
Doctor!
Oh, not now, 3. We're on the verge of some answers here.
I'm not going to die like the others.
Doctor, he's affected.
3, stop this. We know what's going on here.
His nose is bleeding, Doctor. I think you might be wrong about...
3, listen to me.
No! You can't kill me. If you're dead...
3.
Look out!
Die, Doctor! Just die!
Let go of him! No!
Ah!
I think that's the last we'll see of him. Now then, 5. It's your turn.
Why are you doing this?
You sided with the enemy. You...
You see that murdering the Doctor hasn't helped you. You're still dying.
I was doing this all for you. You could have survived if you hadn't have helped the Doctor.
You did this for yourself. Your only interest has been to escape. It didn't matter what happened to any of us.
That's not true.
Liar!
Traitor!
Ah!
Good grief, this is cold. Thank goodness for low-hanging branches. I will never criticise them as an interior design choice again. Now then. I need to get back to the TARDIS, but the current appears too strong for me to return the way I came. So, I'm going to have to continue onwards. Can I hoist my way along on these branches? I wonder. Nope. Seem unlikely. Very well, Doctor. You're going to have to stay near the wall and trust your luck. Oh, I hope there's nothing living in here. There shouldn't be, but I could swear something just brushed past my foot. Oh dear. I wonder who that used to be. I need to get back to 5 and the TARDIS. Oh, come on, Doctor. Brave heart, as you used to say. Geronimo. Now, that doesn't feel right.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know how I did that. I just reacted.
You broke my arm! I will kill you!
What's wrong with you? I thought you were a soldier. Aren't they supposed to fight together? To cooperate? This could have all been avoided if you hadn't been so suspicious of the doctor in the first place.
Stupid child! He's playing you. He's using you to watch his back while he picks the rest of us off. One by one.
You never gave him a chance.
He didn't give us a chance.
Don't come any closer. I mean it. Quit now, while you still have one arm intact.
Don't threaten me, girl. I'll.
Tree? Tree? I'm sorry, Tree. It didn't have to be like this. Okay, TARDIS, you showed me the doctor once before. Where is he? Can you show me? Is he still alive? If only he hadn't torn up the tapestry. Come on, Five. You've got an education. Probably. What could I... The gallery chamber, where Seven jumped. I could follow the river from there, find the doctor. Doctor! Doctor!
A little help? I can assure you that nothing about my current predicament is even slightly funny.
Well, you haven't seen yourself. Sorry, Doctor. I don't mean to laugh, but I thought you were dead.
Me? No. Cold, wet, lacking a certain amount of dignity, but still very much alive. I could do with a hand, though.
Here.
Thank you. Most kind.
Come and try by the fire.
We've no time for that.
Doctor, come and sit by the fire for a few minutes. Warm yourself up.
We mustn't stay long. We need to work out a way to free the TARDIS and get out of here before anyone else dies.
Speaking of which, I'm afraid that Tree is no longer with us.
Poor man.
Poor man. He tried to kill you. He tried to kill us both.
He was driven by fear, Five. He never would have admitted it himself, but his situation must have terrified him. That fear overrode any rational thinking on his part.
It's hard to believe that Tree was scared of anything.
As you said before, Free was a soldier. What two things do soldiers need to know when in battle? Why they need to hold a gun and which direction to point it. Neither is obvious here. It must be like waging war against an unknown enemy who is all but invisible.
I take your point, I guess.
Don't be too hard on him. Let's discharge him as honourably as we can, eh?
And what about the others? They seem to have disappeared. Where's 1 and 4? Do you think 3 did something to them?
It's possible, unfortunately. Oh, I found a body in the river just now.
Who? Who was it?
It was difficult to tell. I'm fairly sure it wasn't 7. It had gotten caught up on some branches under the water and was difficult to see.
Does that mean that we could be the only ones left?
Oh, I doubt it. I may have been wrong about 3, but 6 said that one of us was essentially hiding in plain sight. No, whoever that is still very much alive.
How can you be so sure?
I would have thought that this charade would have broken down by now if its owner was no longer here. Besides, I have an instinct about these things.
If you say so.
I do have one more question for you, though.
I'm listening.
How did you know where to find me? And for that matter, how did you know I was still alive?
That's 2 questions.
Don't be difficult, 5.
I have an instinct about these things.
5.
Okay. I just sort of knew.
Just sort of knew?
Well, yes. I just had a feeling that I would know if you had died. Like a light going out or something.
Interesting. What would have happened if I died?
You would have regenerated. Wait a moment. How did I know that?
How indeed? I've never told you about that. Fascinating.
Doctor, I can see that you haven't always been like you are now. If I can close my eyes, I can almost see their faces. Your faces. So many of them. So many lives. So many lives lost.
Yes, well, I wouldn't look too closely if I were you.
But you're incomplete.
What do you mean?
There are spaces. So many holes in your mind. I can pass right through them.
Oh, 5? Stop it.
Oh, Doctor, I'm so sorry. What was that? What did I do?
Well, it wasn't very pleasant. Telepathic connection is a delicate process. It's like being invited into an art gallery, going into someone's mind. You have to wait in a queue, and once you're in, you can't touch anything. And the gift shop is usually rubbish. You were like the proverbial bull in a china shop just then.
Doctor, you're not making any sense.
No, I think it's all beginning to make sense now.
What is? Please, Doctor, what's happening to me?
Just answer me this. As far as you can remember, did you ever have any telepathic aptitude before you came here?
No, not to my knowledge.
That's it then. This whole place has been set up to share my memories somehow.
Does that mean that what happened to the other is gonna happen to me?
Do you feel sick? A headache? Anything?
No. Just a bit confused is all.
In which case, I think you're responding very differently to the others.
That could explain a few things.
Oh? Such as?
You asked me before if I trusted you.
Well, yes, and I'm very grateful you do.
That's just it, Doctor. From the moment we met in the Great Hall, I felt like I'd met you before. Like I knew you from somewhere already.
Perhaps we've met before. My memory isn't what it was. You experienced.
I don't like this, Doctor. Promise me something.
I'll do my best.
If we get out of here, take me with you? In the TARDIS? You are the only thing that has felt at all familiar since I woke up in this awful place.
It would be my pleasure. I feel that we should make a move back to the TARDIS if we ever hope to get out of here, though.
Are you feeling okay now?
Well, I've stopped dripping at least. Let's go, shall we?
That's what I was trying to tell you before you were, well, thrown into a river. There are symbols on the far side of the obelisk over there.
This side?
Just through the branches. There?
Ah, well spotted, 5. These look like some kind of partially disguised entry coder.
Entry?
Yes, TARDISes can take any shape.
So, you're saying that this stone pillar thingy is another TARDIS? The Master?
It's possible. I guess we need to gain entry to find out.
But how are we gonna do that?
Tricky. We either work out the entry code, or we find a way to override it.
How would you normally override something like this?
Sonic vibrations set to the right pitch, or a power surge to scramble the emergency bypass with the keypad.
So, I guess a power surge then. Unless you plan on singing at it.
I don't think I quite have the vocal range for this job, I'm afraid.
What if we connected to the web somehow? You said there was a lot of energy running through it?
5, you're a genius.
I am?
Yes, the TARDIS, it's connected to the web in a feedback loop already. All we need is a decent amount of feedback.
Feedback, you say? So, if we cause a substantial energy spike in the web, it should scramble the lock?
Precisely.
Okay, one energy spike coming up.
What are you going to do? 5. 5.
What?
You really have got something against chairs, haven't you? Were you attacked by a chaise longue as a child?
Hey, I'm just doing the best I can with what I have. And all I appear to have is chairs.
Don't get too close.
I've got this. Don't worry. Ugh. Whoa!
That should have done the trick.
Didn't destroy the web though.
No. Oh well. We should be able to deactivate it from inside this TARDIS. Quick, let's get in before it seals up again.
I'd stop right there, Doctor.
What?
I should have known you'd put yourself first in the pecking order.
Do you really think I'm that stupid?
I was thinking more logical, actually.
Would you care to introduce me?
Well, you know how I said I thought that a member of my own people was behind this? Well, I was right. I just got the wrong renegade, though. May I introduce the Rani?
The Rani? Not the master, then.
Did you really think that feckless loot was behind this experiment? An experiment of this scale? Please.
I thought it was a little too melodramatic for you, but I can clearly see that your latest regeneration is much more into amateur dramatics than even your previous incarnations.
And I see what your latest incarnation makes up for in height. It lacks in common sense.
What did you do?
I wouldn't come any closer if I were you. You see, your pathetic acts of sabotage outside engaged my TARDIS's auto-defense protocols. If you come any closer than that entryway, you will be atomized. And that would be a waste now, wouldn't it?
Is he telling the truth?
Yes. Oh, don't doubt for a second that the Rani has this place locked down tight.
I find that if you don't update your security, you end up with doctors and all sorts of other vermins crawling around. And, say, interfering with direction and velocity equipment, for example.
Guilty as charged, and I'd do it again if I had the chance.
But you won't get the chance, will you, Doctor? Because, you see, you don't have very long to live.
What does she mean?
Go on, Doctor. Tell her. I'm sure you've worked it out by now.
We worked it out hours ago. It's not difficult to see that you've been using my TARDIS and the Hadron web to transmit my memories into the minds of other beings.
A touch more sophisticated than a sideline mine scanner.
But it doesn't work though, does it? All it does is kill people. It's too unstable.
For some brain patterns, certainly. 4 was looking promising for a while, so was 6. But they found out who I was, so I had to silence them to avoid invalidating the experiment.
I imagine that the body in the river was 4, right?
You animal!
He threatened me. Not all that wise, so he had to be terminated.
What's it all for, Rani? Huh? That's what I don't fully understand. What are you doing that could be worth this many lives?
You haven't worked it out. Very well. Regeneration extension.
What?
Yes, Doctor. My work with the mind scanner made me think. What if I could use the brain patterns on other sentient beings to house a Time Lord consciousness in its entirety?
So you're using brain patterns of other humanoids to extend your life? That doesn't seem like you at all.
You're thinking too limited, Doctor. There are hundreds of applications for this technology. Workforces could be created. A new body can be used as a perfect disguise. The possibilities are endless.
And would help you with countless other endeavours, no doubt?
Exactly, Doctor. Once I have refined the technology, I can literally be anyone! Anyone I need to be to get the job done.
It still doesn't work though, does it? Your test subjects are dying.
They aren't the focus of my experiment, Doctor. Although I have collected some excellent data. Thank you. No, it's you I've been most interested in. You and her.
Somebody give me another chair to throw. What does she mean?
No. Wait. Stop. You can't!
It's been happening since the moment you woke up. You can't stop it.
Wait, what's happening?
But she's a Trakonite. Her physiognomy... It wouldn't accept my brain patterns. It'll kill her.
That's what we're here to analyze. But you needn't worry about her physical state. She isn't a Trakonite anymore.
Doctor?
What have you done?
Well, you don't think I'd put a Time Lord brain in an inferior body, did you? She is a Gallifreyan duplicate.
What? How?
Yes, all of them are duplicates. I stole the technology from the Daleks, but it was crude. With a few modifications here and there, I was able to create a stable Gallifreyan body. She still maintains the appearance of the original. Less programming required. All I needed from her original were her brain patterns to act as a buffer.
Doctor, what is she talking about? What am I?
You're the Doctor's future, my dear.
No. Stop this.
It's too late, Doctor! Things must take their course.
Five. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do.
Never mind the apologies. Just get to the explanations. What does she mean that I'm a duplicate?
The Rani made you in a laboratory. She took your original from Traken, stole her brain patterns, and she's plugged those brain patterns into you.
And my original?
I imagine the process would have killed her.
Is this true?
I wouldn't worry about that. Soon, you won't even be the person you currently are.
What does that mean?
Since I've been here, the Rani has been using the TARDIS to remap my brain patterns onto all of you. Think of it like a computer. Your original brain pattern is the operating system. It's currently receiving data from my brain to yours, and once that file transfer is completed, it will have overwritten your brain patterns and deleted the original.
Which means?
If the Rani succeeds, your personality, who you are now, will die, and my consciousness will inhabit your body.
Leaving your original body to die, Doctor. Yes, very nicely put.
Do you have to enjoy this so much?
Why not? You and Five have proven a perfect match. Transfer will be completed shortly. It's been exhausting trying to keep you alive for this moment. You do seem to have a talent of running into danger. I'm looking forward to a more successful result so I can move on to my next test.
Only while that web holds.
Empty threats, Doctor. You have nothing powerful enough to break it. And the transfer is almost complete. You should be feeling slightly disorientated by now. But don't worry, it won't last long.
5.
I'd go after your little protege if I were you. After all, you'll be wanting that body intact in the near future.
5. 5.
Save it, Doctor. I don't want to hear that name. It's not even a name, is it? I'm just a number, a thing. I'm not real at all.
Don't say that. You may not have your original body, but you are still you.
But I won't be, though. Will I? Very soon, I'll be you.
We can still get out of this. We can still...
You see, it started. Your brain is starting to fail. Just like all the others. You can't stop it.
I can't stop. I
No.
can't.
No, Doctor, you can't. But I might be able to.
What do you do?
You said that the only way to stop this was to deactivate the web. But you're wrong. What if there was no web and no brain to go into? Huh? What do you think of that, Ronnie?
No, you mustn't.
Doctor, make me a promise. You'll stop her. Make her face justice for what she's done. Please.
5.
You know, I really would have loved to have traveled in your TARDIS. It's a shame, really, that I died before I had the chance.
No.
Goodbye, Doctor.
No!
Idiotic child!
Long Barrow. It's gone. 5 destroyed the simulation. Oh, 5.
That foolish girl ruined everything! Well, there's nothing for it. I'll have to repeat the experiment. Although, it'll take days for me to set it up again.
I don't think so, Rani.
And exactly how do you propose in stopping me?
You forget my TARDIS was challenging all of the energy from the web into your TARDIS. Now that the web is destroyed, where do you think all that energy is being stored?
You wouldn't.
If I don't dematerialize my TARDIS soon, then the energy won't be able to dissipate. As your TARDIS was also connected, the energy will feed back into your console and, well, without any inhibitors, blowing your ship, you, me, and quite possibly most of this hangar we're in, into a billion tiny pieces.
I don't believe you'd do that. Sacrifice yourself? Yes. But your TARDIS? You wouldn't kill a fellow Time Lord.
Watch me. I'll find you, Rani. I made a promise. Sorry, I'll go. I haven't had the best day today. Oh, was the Rani mistreating you? Never mind. We're well out of there now. Telepathic circuits? Don't worry. There's probably residual energy from the web. 5?
Doctor.
5?
My name is Nevea. Your TARDIS is capable of some quite amazing things. I didn't expect to speak to you again, but your ship's telepathic circuits make it possible.
Nevea, why did you do it?
I was already murdered once. At least this was on my terms. And I got to save you, so it's worth it.
I hope you're right.
So modest. You forget, Doctor. I've seen in your mind. You have saved so many lives. Whole worlds even. I could never stand in the way of that.
We could have found another way.
Doctor, I don't have long. Please don't waste my last moments with empty words.
You are a very brave young woman.
Thank you, Doctor. I don't think I'd ever be as brave as you, though. The energy is dissipating. I wanted to say thank you. You gave me hope and friendship. With your mind, you showed me countless worlds. Things I could have never have experienced on my own. And you let me travel in the TARDIS, even if for this only few minutes.
You're welcome.
Doctor, I've seen your loneliness too, and I need another promise from you before I go.
Anything.
Don't travel alone.
I promise.